I'm Jane Lee, and I'm 33 years old. I currently live in Seattle, Washington, and I was born with a congenital heart defect called tetralogy of Fallot. I have a twin sister, and she wasn't born with a congenital heart defect. And we were able to do a lot of the same activities. We both played basketball, we played sports, and we just had a great childhood. When my mom brought us home from the hospital, she actually didn't know that I had a congenital heart defect. She started to notice that I was crying a lot and that I would turn this bluish color. And it was after I was born that she learned that I had a congenital heart defect. And then slowly, soon after, I had to get a repair during infancy. I was able to have a pretty similar life to my peers and to my friends. And I think it was only until I went to college and kind of forgot about having a congenital heart defect and stopped seeing a cardiologist that it began to impact my life. And it wasn't until later in my mid-20s that I was training for a marathon, and I was feeling a bit winded and thought, oh, maybe it's because of my congenital heart defect. And it wasn't until then that I finally went out to see a cardiologist, and I learned that I needed a pulmonary valve replacement. And that was really impactful because during that time, I was living in New York City. I was pursuing my PhD in social work. And so there was a lot going on in my life. And it was this really big surprise, especially because I thought that it wasn't something that I needed to follow up on. I think I took my health for granted at times. I think it was just a big learning opportunity in the sense that I had to kind of take a pause. So I ended up taking a bit of time so that I could get the surgery. Luckily, everything went really well and it was a smooth recovery. And after about 3 months, I was able to begin training, started back in terms of exercising again, and was able to run the New York City Marathon. It was just really exciting when I crossed that finish line because it really demonstrated how important it is to take care of your health, but also to continue exercising and to follow up with a provider about the health conditions that you may have. People with congenital heart defects, we encounter a lot of challenges, but at the same time, we're super resilient in the sense that it brings, with the challenges, we're able to grow and learn, and we get stronger from it.